I mean, I was always quite lucky when I was younger to travel. So, we used to have lots of holidays, Portugal and Spain and Cornwall, places like that, kind of family holiday destinations. And then my mum had some very good friends in Paris. She speaks fluent French. She sent me over there to help with my French. I'm not sure it helped my French, but I sort of saw a different side of Paris. And then I played 5 years at Wasps. I signed when I was 24 to go to Paris for 2 years. I then left Paris and went to Japan for a year. Then I went to New Zealand to play for a year. Then I came back and played 6 years for Wasps, moved 1 year to Northampton. And then I retired in Northampton 2019. Then I moved back to London, but I've lived most parts of London and obviously lots of wicked places around the world. But Paris is wicked because it's such an amazing place. I mean, they're not that Parisians are very different than other French people. Lots of they can be quite not interested, don't want to talk to you. There's a certain type of person, whereas a lot of the French in the kind of south of France and regions are much more kind of engaged and bigger rugby fans. But Paris was an amazing place, driving past the Arc de Triomphe every morning, going past the Eiffel Tower, just that kind of French cafe lifestyle, going to have lunch with the boys and, sort of platters of moule de mer and all this kind of stuff and fruits de mer and, and then them all having cigarettes and coffee afterwards, just wild in comparison to what, you'd have training at Wasps, and it was sort of, dog food bowl with like sausages and beans in it and something else. And everyone was very professional. So to go to France, they're eating exquisite food and drinking red wine. It was a bit mind-blowing.
Completely different.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, though, living in Paris as well, I should say, to go past the Arc de Triomphe every day is amazing. But it is an amazing place, isn't it? But it's like, when people come to London, it doesn't matter even if you live in London, driving past Buckingham Palace every day would be exciting, wouldn't it?
I think big city living for me is amazing. I think just the architecture, the beauty, but like any cities, it has its ups and downs, weird places and stuff. But I think I loved that kind of culture. We were a 4-minute walk from the Champs-Élysées. We'd go to the Louvre, we'd go to...
So hang on, you played rugby out there and you stayed in a place just off the Champs-Élysées.
Yeah.
I mean...
It's not a bad life, yeah.
How's your French?
Yeah, it's okay. Do you know what? I understand more than I speak. And actually, obviously, the more time you don't speak it, it's difficult. But when people... I do understand what they're talking about. I think after a few beers, I'd probably kick into a bit more French. But I'm not... Ollie Phillips, my housemate, kind of really knuckled down, but I was coming back to England all the time for England training. And actually, I was single at the time, and I can't imagine why, but I sort of didn't have that much luck with French girls, whereas Ollie was much better than that. So I would often sort of gravitate to more English girls who were coming over for the weekends or coming over to stay. So I'd sort of, he lived and breathed it and listened to cassette tapes in the car and he just became fluent, which was amazing.
And he was declaring undying love in French, which, is an important thing too.
Very important. But I was very single, so there was no need to do that, I think.